now we will create a command sequence together. We will do that for this green part of the substation. What we want to do is what we do now manually. We want to close this disconnector. We close this disconnector, and then we close this circuit breaker. And the circuit breaker is a two-step command, and the disconnectors are one-step commands, as you see here. Okay, so this is what we want to achieve when we do our command sequence. For that, we directly open the command sequencer window. It would, at the first time, it would appear in this style. We open the list of command sequences and we create a new command sequence, like 220 kV bus coupler for A and C. We say OK, and then, quite familiar for those who have already used batch control, this is the starting and the end point of the command sequence, of our sequence. And now we just need to add the right steps. And as I did 3 commands here, we need 3 steps. So the first step is that we close the disconnector on this bus 1. Then we close another disconnector, which is this one. And the last point is we have to close the circuit breaker. And you see here, if I do that again, here you see the variable name, because the project setting is show me this variable name. If I would use the identification of the variable, I would see the identification. And on the right side is always the switching direction. Today I have set this filter for the on direction. If I have no filter for the direction, I see everything that is possible, that is defined in the command processing, like revision, switching off, and also switching on, and so on. Okay, so we, oops. So, and then we move that here. Now we're actually done. We can now test this sequence if the syntax is okay. This is okay. Now we go in execution mode and we start the sequence. And it starts with this switch here. It starts to blink. That means it's in movement. And then we see the next one in operation, in movement. And now the circuit breaker brings us a new icon here. You see there is a small guy here, a green guy. That means user interaction is required. This is because this command for the circuit breaker is a 2-stage command. And I could now confirm that. If I somehow close that screen, I still can reopen the screen by clicking on this step and clicking on this blue man here in the menu here, and then I get this command window again. I confirm that, and bam, the circuit breaker is closed. Okay, this was our small program. A larger program could look like this one. We are now in the 380 kV area. That's the reason why it's red. And there is a little larger sequence which couples the 2 bus bars and then changes all the disconnectors on bus bar A to bus bar B. And I just start that sequence now. You see the bus coupler disconnectors are going to close now. Afterwards, the circuit breaker will close. Again, with an interaction in this case. Then you see we have the same potential on the second bus bar. Now the switches of from A to B begin. You see also that the current flow changes over the bus coupler. And the last step is again to open the circuit breaker of the coupler and the disconnectors. And we are done. Now we have made a lot of switches automatically, which would take us, I don't know, at least 5 minutes to do it manually.